Welcome to Jeremiah's Porch Talks. This is where we take a few minutes and talk about leadership and life, right here from my front porch in Sykesville, Maryland. Rain or shine, this is a time for us to reflect, reset, and get ready for whatever comes next in our respective life journeys. I'm Jeremiah. Thanks for joining me. Today, let's talk about a concept that I think is often misunderstood. That concept is discipline. And more specifically, I want to talk about the difference between discipline and rigidity, because those two things are not the same thing, even though we often confuse them. Very recently, I was challenged to think differently, and it caught me a bit off guard. You see, when you've done something for a long time in your work, your leadership, your personal life, you develop patterns and routines. And often, those patterns are built on real, actual experience. You've seen what works. You've seen what fails. You've seen things blow up in front of you, and you've seen what success looks like. And over time, without realizing it, you start defaulting to say no when new leaders or new ideas that sound similar to the ones that have gone sideways before emerge again. You think you're being wise, protecting yourself, protecting your team, protecting your family. But sometimes what you're really doing is slipping into rigidity and stubbornness. And this gets really tricky. Discipline isn't about saying no due to rigidity of thought. Discipline is about staying curious and open-minded and saying yes to new possibilities in order to achieve desired outcomes that you seek. It's about holding to principles. And it's about being willing to reassess. It's about refusing rigidity and choosing to adapt, reframe, and rethink while understanding the nuances that this particular moment that we're in presents to us. And when I slowed down my thinking to really reflect on this, what hit me was how easy it was to fall into the trap of rigidity. But I will say, as soon as you know that you're there, you can break out of it quickly. You may ask, why is it so important to reflect on this? Because sometimes the situation in front of you is actually different than the one that you faced before. Maybe there's new information you don't have yet. Maybe conditions have changed. Maybe the people involved bring new skills or perspectives that shift what the art of the possible is. But if you're rigid, you'll never see it. You'll be too locked into your old thinking. But if you're disciplined, truly disciplined, and you hold to your principles, you can adapt your approach. The hardest part, we don't like to admit that we need to bend. That's also called pride. Or that circumstances have evolved. Or that someone younger, less experienced, or outside from our world might have insight that we've overlooked. Also, all linked to pride. But that's where true leadership and humility comes in. Being disciplined enough to evaluate the full picture, not just lean on your own history or your own experiences as your only guide. So here's our challenge. Look at one place in your life, maybe in your work, your relationships, or maybe even that inner dialogue that you talk with yourself. Where might you be confusing discipline with rigidity? Ask yourself, am I closed off because of past experience? Has something meaningful changed that I haven't fully accounted for? And is my way of thinking still serving me? And how should I adapt? Remember to stay disciplined and committed, but don't make the mistake for that being unbending. The best leaders and frankly the best people know how to hold both structure and openness at the same time. I'll leave you with this. A rigid mind breaks. A disciplined mind grows. That's it for today. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on Jeremiah's Porch Talks. Rain or shine, I'll see you next time. And always remember to keep the most important things the most important things.